Decomposing a fraction using tape diagrams and number bonds. The reason we are going to do this today is we're going to see how if you break down a fraction, it still equals the whole when you get the fraction parts or the fraction units all together. So decomposing just simply means breaking down one whole. Okay? So if you see TH on the end of a number word or a word name, that shows you or tells you that you have a fraction or one thing divided into that many parts. The number before tells you how many parts. The TH tells you that it is a fraction. The exceptions to that is if you see the word half or halves and thirds. Halves means two equal parts of one thing, and thirds means one thing broken into three equal parts. So some words we have that are example of fraction words. We have fourths, that means four equal parts. Thirds, three equal parts. Sixths, six equal parts. So tape diagram, I just wanted to remind you what those are. So if I wanted to take a diagram and I wanted to break it down into thirds or three equal parts, I know that when I'm breaking something into equal parts, I need one less line than the number. So if thirds is three equal parts, I know I need two lines to break it down. You could use a ruler to help you break it down into thirds as well. Or you can eyeball it, which I'm going to eyeball it today for you. Now, if you have a strip of paper and you're trying to fold it, I'll show you a video in 1 second. So here is my tape diagram, and now I'm going to break that down into thirds. I don't want to draw a line down the middle because that would be halves, and it would be a little hard. But what I am going to do is kind of put a dot in the middle, so I know that's the middle. And if I know I want three equal parts, I can kind of go over from my middle and get a little bit more than half of this half. Draw my line here, and then the same here. So I've just made thirds. So inside I'm going to write 1/3 because each part is worth 1/3. 1/3. If you were going to measure, you would measure out three equal parts and you would draw your lines there, and that would help you be a little more accurate. But I can see that 1/3 in each of these parts gives me one whole. Here's my number bond. If this stands for the whole, then my number bond has to have three stems coming from it. If it was sixth, I would make one thing with 6 stems coming from it, and my tape diagram would have 6 parts. By the way, if I was making 6 from a tape diagram, I would make thirds first and then cut each part into half. So here I have 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. Altogether, I have one whole. Here's a tape diagram and a number bond. So when I go down to write it as an equation, I can write 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 equals one whole. So if a third is 3 parts and I have all 3 parts, then I have the whole thing. And that's decomposing into number bonds. But I'm going to show you really quickly how to fold a strip into thirds. It takes a few seconds. Watch. And that's it. So you're going to use what you know today to help you. You're going to use what you know today to help you fold a paper into thirds, and then you're going to get another strip of paper and you're going to fold that into fourths. And I want you to try to figure out how to do fourths on your own. It's not an exact science. That's what you're going to do, but you're going to label each part of it. And so that's your challenge today to go along with this video.